Welcome to our deep dive, everyone. Welcome to the deep dive. Today, it's all about the V86 races coming up this Wednesday, April 30th, 2025.
Yep, a full card, V86 1 through 8.
Exactly. Sound good?
Let's do it, starting with V86 1.
Okay, V86 1, what's the setup here?
Right, this one's for fillies and mares, 2,140 meters with starting handicaps involved.
Handicaps, okay. And who's drawing the most attention?
Well, the name that keeps popping up is Energy Chronos from stall 11.
Stall 11, so dealing with that handicap.
Exactly, but the consensus seems to be that her form is just really solid. Consistent good runs, a recent win. She apparently really enjoys racing. And with reports of good track conditions and a driver who's expected to be quite forward, the feeling is they'll aim for the front, despite starting back a bit.
So, Energy Chronos looks like the one to beat, even with the extra distance.
Yeah.
Who's seen as the main threat.
Dorotea from stall 9 gets mentioned consistently, definitely seen as having the quality.
Okay.
But yeah, that handicap, again, specifically in a vault start, that's flagged as a potential hurdle for her.
Makes sense. Anyone else?
Lady Gaga, stall 2. She's shown she can race, finished second to a good one recently. But stall 2, that inside position, could be a bit awkward depending on how the start unfolds.
Okay. And if we're looking for maybe some longer odds, any names cropping up as potential surprises?
ASAP Annie is one. Her win record this year isn't great, apparently, but there's a bit of a buzz that she might be ready for a better performance, especially if she gets, a smooth trip.
Interesting.
Then there's Queen Simone, way out in stall 12. Everyone agrees she's got talent, like high capacity.
But unreliable.
That's the word. Very capable on her day, but you don't always know what you'll get. And Hugo Maya was mentioned by one source as a possible dark horse.
Got it. Okay, let's shift gears to V86-2. What's the profile of this race?
V86-2 is shorter, a sprint distance, part of the Solvalla series.
And the favorite?
The analysis points pretty strongly towards Snapchat in stall 2. Coming off what sounds like an easy win, good post position, capable driver.
Yeah.
Seems like the main contender.
Makes sense. Who's likely to give Snapchat a run for his money?
Dark Photon Face, stall 4. This one gets mentioned a lot for having a serious ability.
Right.
Apparently overcame a gallop early in a recent race and still finished well, so that shows something. If he stays trotting, he's definitely a threat.
Avoids mistakes. He's in the mix. Okay. Any potential long shots in this sprint?
Quick Bow is mentioned. Stall 12 makes it tough, obviously. But if he can somehow find a decent spot, he's considered capable. Dry Martini Grew, stall 7. Noted as being in good form, and there's buzz about racing barefoot all around sometimes. That brings improvement.
That's always an interesting angle.
Yeah. And Capucin d'Anvern from stall 10, maybe one to watch if they go really fast up front. He could be closing late. Mirasol in stall 8 is tipped by one source as a potential surprise over the short trip.
Okay, plenty to think about there. Moving on to V86-3, this is a cold blood race.
Yep, cold bloods, short distance again, and looks like they're playing TP here, possibly.
Interesting. Who's favored?
Bassiston, stall 4. The prevailing view is he's the likely leader.
Likes the front.
Seems to be his best game, especially over shorter trips. There's a note about a poor run last time, but that was apparently on a specific, maybe unusual track surface.
Yeah.
Generally strong from the lead. Could be tough to catch if he gets there easily.
Right. So who challenges Bassiston?
LVDCG, stall 6. Seems to be in good nick, capable of a strong finish. And Technologen, stall 7, is quite interesting.
Oh, yeah. Why is that?
First time using a sulky, apparently. That's a significant change. Could go either way, but definitely makes him one to watch.
Absolutely. Any outsiders in the cold blood ranks?
V Viking, stall 9. Getting Thomas Pedersen in the bike is seen as a potential plus. Could improve. And Ava Mode, stall 11. She's won races before. Quite seasoned. Might be overlooked after a break, but shouldn't be totally dismissed,
Good point. Okay, V86-4. Sounds a bit chaotic. Thunder and lightning, apprentice race, handicap start.
Yeah, lots going on here. An apprentice race always adds a layer of unpredictability. Handicap start, too.
So who stands out amidst the potential storm?
Great time trot, stall 2. Good starting spot, seems capable, expected to be right there pushing for the lead early on.
Okay, and the main danger?
Well, you've got a couple of strong finishers mentioned, Garth Vader from 11 and Revan Dejavu from 12. If the pace is hot up front, they could benefit.
Right, closers. Anyone else for the front end?
In Love Mira's, stall 6. known for having some early speed, so she might challenge Great Time Trot for that lead position.
Gotcha. And in an apprentice race, are there any long shots maybe worth considering?
Heartbeat Thunder, stall 9, gets a mention as maybe improving, could pop up late. Declan in stall 4 is interesting. Jenny Eek driving and racing without front shoots.
Okay, equipment change again.
Yep. And Speed Catch by Kane from the rails, stall 1. Could get a nice pocket trip. Might be dangerous if things work out.
All right, halfway there. V86.5, another handicap start, this time for the higher earners. Who's the talk of this race?
Lindy's Muscle Mania, stall 5. Seems like a horse with quite a bit of underlying potential. And a big point here, first time racing barefoot all around. That often gets attention, maybe helps the start.
Could be key. Anyone else strongly fancied?
Cuba Libre Jet, stall 4, also highlighted. Apparently been racing well against some pretty tough horses lately. Consistent.
So 2 solid contenders there. Who's challenging?
Night Art, stall 9. The draw looks good on paper trailing position. If he gets clear, could finish strongly. That's often crucial in these handicap races.
True. Any horses maybe being overlooked in this classier field?
Ebono Dark, stall 6. He's mentioned as one of those horses that often runs well, picks up checks, but just doesn't win very often.
Ah, the consistent place getter.
Exactly. So might offer some value if you think today could be his day. Often forgotten.
Okay, interesting. V86.6 now. Lowest class in the Solvalla series. In with the overdrive, what's that about?
Yeah. Well, we have a couple of horses getting strong mentions here. Plucky Swamp, stall 10, came back well after a break. Looks like he could climb the classes.
Potential improver.
Definitely. And Overdrive Steel, stall 6. He won pretty decisively last time, showed some grit. He's strongly considered too.
So 2 main ones. Who else is in the mix?
Vibora, stall 4. Likely to get a good spot early, maybe even lead. That always makes a horse dangerous, especially in this class.
Good position is key. Any potential long shots here?
Sunset Sky, stall 3, reportedly improved when racing barefoot. Another equipment angle.
Seems to be a theme.
It does. And Melby Legacy, stall 7, has had races recently, apparently has some ability. Could be an outsider if things fall right.
All right, 2 races left. V86.7, short distance again. Now he gets the chance.
Yep.
Who's this referring to?
That seems to point towards a Nanaboko, stall 2. Apparently has a lot of potential, but had a starting gate issue last time, his first run for a new trainer. So maybe this is his chance for a clean shot.
Okay, potential redemption story. Who else is strong here?
Global Dependable, stall 7. This one gets a lot of positive mentions. Seems to be in really sharp form, just hasn't had the luck recently, maybe overdue for a win.
So 2 strong opinions there, challengers.
Kilgore, stall 10. Capable horse, but the draw is definitely tough. Salon Scramble, stall 3, is fast early and likes this distance.
Speed from the inside.
Exactly. And Hagrid, stall 4, has ability but can be a bit inconsistent. You're not always sure which Hagrid will show up.
Right. Any long shots for this sprint?
One chance more, stall 1. That inside draw could mean a perfect trip saving ground. Might sneak into it.
Rear runner.
And Falco dell'Est, stall 8. An Italian horse apparently has a decent win record. Foreign horses can sometimes surprise, right?
Absolutely. Always adds intrigue. Okay, final race. V86.8. Highest class Baker doesn't back down. Sounds competitive.
Yeah, this is the top class of the night. Anea Font, stall 8, is getting attention. Showed real talent in Sweden before. Reports are positive for this seasonal debut, even from stall 8.
High class, even from a wide draw. Who are the main rivals?
Jenks Morton, stall 10. High-capacity horse, seems to be finding his form now. Cocktail Bar, stall 11, showed definite improvement last race, both coming from behind.
So, could depend on pace again. Any potentially overlooked horses from better draws?
Captain Nemo in stall 2 and Star Cash in stall 4 are mentioned. Good positions, maybe get forgotten a bit with the focus on those others from the back. Could get good runs.
Okay, so that takes us through all 8 races. Well, thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the V86. Hope it's given you some useful perspectives for Wednesday's action.